You follow the tunnel as it ascends towards the surface. A dot of daylight appears in the distance, which, as you climb towards it, becomes a cluster of bright sunbeams filtering through a curtain of vines. This fringe of emerald streamers conceals the cave mouth entrance to this tunnel. The tunnel itself becomes increasingly humid as you go nearer to the exit. Its dry earth floor has gradually transformed into a slick and treacherous surface, which is alive with beetles and centipedes, some as long as daggers. Upon reaching the cave mouth, you stop to peer through the hanging vines. Outside, in the fiercely tropical heat, you can see a dense jungle sweltering beneath a blazing sun. It extends in every direction towards a jagged horizon of volcanic mountain peaks. Then your eye is caught by something small and metallic glinting in the mulch of vegetation that carpets the entrance. You pick it up and discover that it is a brass button engraved with a sun motif. It is identical to the buttons which adorn your own tunic, none of which are missing. You deduce that it has come from the tunic of your adversary, but you cannot be sure whether it was lost accidentally or was placed here deliberately for you to find. Do you wish to search for further clues around the entrance, or do you wish to leave the tunnel and explore the jungle?
Let's take a look around.
Did you agree, Rana?
Yeah, I'd say we search for clues.
You detect several footprints in the loamy mulch, all of them virtually identical to your own. They have been partially covered by leaves, and there are many narrow channels in the soft soil made unmistakably by human fingers. Your suspicions are immediately aroused. The tracks are so poorly concealed it is as if someone wanted you to find them. Do you wish to use telegnosis?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
You relax your tension in your body and allow yourself to enter a trance state, the preliminary stage required before your spirit walk. You feel yourself leave your corporeal body, and in spirit form, you move through the curtain of vines and out into the jungle heat. Immediately beyond the cave mouth is a small clearing which slopes away by the jungle perimeter. You scan the border of dense foliage, and you're shocked when you detect your adversary, Wolfsbane, hiding among the bushes less than 50 yards away. He's armed with a bow which he has trained upon the entrance to the tunnel. You retreat into the cave mouth and re-enter your body. On awakening from your trance, you moved forward and peer through the hanging vines to locate your enemy's hiding place. So advanced is his camouflage skills that it takes you several minutes to find him. Once you're sure you have him, you allow yourself a smile. You are looking forward to turning the tables on this arrogant impostor. Do you wish to use your bow or Grand Nexus, or neither?
Well, since he's using a bow, let's try that.
Yeah.
You place an arrow to your bowstring and draw it taut to your lips. Expertly, you gauge the distance to a target and then let your arrow fly.
Wouldn't it be gauge?
Yeah. It arcs into the jungle and slams into the tree behind which your enemy is partially hidden, peppering his face with splinters of damp wood. He curses you, his teeth showing white against the green of the jungle as he spits out fragments of tree bark. Then he springs from his hiding place and disappears into the undergrowth. Determined that you are not going to allow him to get away so easily, you dash out of the tunnel and give chase. You force your way through the dense tangle of plants and grass and soon reach the place where Wolfsbane lay in wait for you. The foliage around this hiding place has been carefully arranged, which suggests to you that he must have spent some considerable time setting his ambush. Yet there's also evidence of a hasty retreat. Lying on the ground behind the tree, you discover 2 arrows and a dagger. If you wish to take any, you do so. Determined to stay on his trail while it's still fresh, you leave this hide and press deeper into the jungle in pursuit of your enemy. However, you have penetrated less than 20 yards into the undergrowth when this trail becomes indistinct. Do you wish to use cran pathmanship?
Yes.
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 You use your advanced mastery to find the enemy's tracks, and then you clear a path through the dense undergrowth which covers them. You sense that he has used magic to assist his escape, for the foliage here is entangled far tighter than in neighboring areas of this jungle. Your advanced discipline flattens the undergrowth as you advance, as if you were being preceded by some invisible battering ram. So effective is your skill that you gain ground on your fleeing enemy. As you pass through a copse of toa trees, you hear the sound of running water away to your left. The track turn in this direction, and you follow them all the way to the banks of a fast-flowing watercourse. Less than 50 yards downstream, there is a primitive settlement of huts that form an untidy line along the banks of the stream. You catch sight of Wolfsbane as he runs into the settlement and hides in the nearest hut, a mud-walled hovel with a clay-tiled roof. Do you wish to stay in the jungle and observe the settlement, or to continue your pursuit?
That is actually a good question. We could just rush in and see if
I
we
think
can get...
I think we should observe the settlement. We do not know what lives there. I mean, if he had fled in there, then they're most likely friendly towards him.
And that, we are gonna be observing a slaughter in a moment.
That much is true.
But yeah, let's observe for a moment and see what is going on.
From the cover of the leafy bush, you observe the primitive settlement for several minutes, and you eat something during this vigil. But as the time takes by, you become increasingly restless.
Oh, banana!
The hut into which your enemy ran is a small single-roomed hovel, yet you can detect no movement within it. Prompted by a gnawing fear that you may have allowed Wolfsbane to escape, you move closer to the settlement under the cover of the thick jungle foliage. Warily you approach the settlement, your keen senses absorbing every detail. The line of deserted mud huts looks innocuous, but the words of the voice of Nord still lingers in your memory. This humid jungle realm lies within his domain. It is therefore reasonable to expect its inhabitants of this place to be wholly devoted to the cause of evil. You reach the edge of the undergrowth and pause to assess potential threats. The huts are semi-derelict, all bearing some sign of neglect and decay. The clay-tiled hovel that Wolfsbane entered appears to be empty, but when you focus upon its open doorway, you see what appears to be a trench cut into the earth. You magnify your vision, and once you see steps in the wall of this excavation, your heart sink. Wolfsbane has escaped underground. So you wish to enter the hut and follow your enemy without delay, or to investigate the hut for traps?
Probably investigate for traps first.
Yeah.
Sure.
You approach the hut and crouch down beside its mud wall, close to its open door. Your sense detects no glyphs or other traps here, and there are no residues of magical energy that might betray the presence of illusions or shielding spells. However, your keen senses do detect a strong aura of evil lingering at the rear of the hut close to the water's edge. You move around to the rear of this hovel and discover that the bank is deeply undercut where the soft earth has been eroded by the fast-flowing stream. Standing in a line in the shadows of the undercut are a dozen wooden cages, each containing a fleshless skeleton. A shiver runs down your spine as your magnified discipline of divination detects the lingering agonies of these luckless victims. They suffered cruelly at the hands of the natives of the settlement before death finally ended their torment. The shock of your discovery is unnerving. You lose 1 endurance point.
So it was apparently so horrifying that it cost us some health. Wow.
You leave the stream and return to the front of the hut. Inside the open doorway, you discover several fruits stacked in mounds on a mat of woven rushes. Somewhat to your surprise, your sense reveals that they are nutritious and safe to eat. There is enough fruit here for 3 meals if you want them.
Okay, and let me see.
Do you want the extra meals?
No.
Yeah,
We already have.
We don't need them.
Wary of further delay, you approach the trench at the center of the hut and descend a flight of steps that lead down to an underground tunnel. You can detect no traps, yet you have gone only a few yards along this narrow passageway when you hear the terrifying roar of a large cat. With an abruptness that takes your breath away, a huge tiger-like beast comes bounding from out of the darkness ahead. So sudden and unexpected is this creature's attack, but you only just have time in which to unsheath a hand weapon as it hurls itself upon you. You are now fighting a Rayas.
Alright.
Meow.
A Rayas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then
What?
Jasmine is probably nearby.
What?
It sounds a lot like the name of Princess Jasmine's pet tiger.
Yep.
You know, from Disney's Aladdin.
Yep. You want a picture of it?
Sure.
Yeah, please.
It's the kitty.
Oh, a tiger.
Nice, psychotic looking horn kitty.
That's a tiger if I ever saw one. And it has horns.
Yeah, it has horns.
Yeah, nice horned kitty. Also, the fangs, how large they are. I'm not saying saber-toothed tiger, but I'm just thinking, yeah.
I'm just saying one thing. These monsters are becoming less and less creative. But I think it might be cute. I mean, just imagine sitting at home with a good book while this thing lies in front of the fireplace and purrs.
Would be cool.
Yeah, if it's tame, it's cute, but I would not like to be a burglar.
In any case, this creature is immune to all forms of psychic attacks, except Kite Surge and Kite Blast. So that brings you down to how much combat skill?
Let me see, minus, what did you say?
Your psychic power.
As in size search and all that.
Yeah.
That brings us down to, I think it is 47 we are talking about.
47. Right. Okay, so yeah.
So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, you can roll your die now. Give it here. You're fighting the big tiger.
9.
Right. Despite the surprise of its attack, you manage to roll over on your back and use your legs to propel the kitty further down the tunnel and smack its head against the wall. You land on
Ow.
your feet, and the tiger also lands on its feet. Although it looks kind of dizzy, in pain,
Yeah.
agonized.
Seriously, I cannot help but think of this realm is apparently so evil that even what you can either assume to be normal animals like this tiger, still they have horns at this point.
Yeah, and another thing, is it just me or is the implication that the locals are feeding their prisoners to this thing?
That's
Oh,
possible.
I don't know. The bones were still in the cages. Wouldn't they have to take them out of the cages to feed them to the tiger?
Either that or maybe they just use the skeletons as trophies for we fed our pet tiger last Wednesday. I do not know.
In any case, you may roll with that again.
Or else it's just prowling outside the cages while they die from starvation. Anyway, 7.
Right, the tiger lunges at you and swings its massive clawed paw. You try to dodge, but the cramped tunnel doesn't give you a lot of room. They scratch open the side of your arm. You lose 2 endurance points, but from this position you manage to lunge forward and stab the tiger in the side.
So it's not a happy kitty.
Nope, it's an angry kitty. And you may roll the die again.
6.
Right. The ferocious kitty lunges at you and bites at your face. You manage to shove it up before it manages to take off your head, but one of its fangs scratches the side of your face. You lose 2 endurance points. You shove the big cat back and swing at it with your sword, scoring a great hit at it.
If anything, maybe we can take a few whiskers off first.
Possibly. Should I roll the die again?
Yep.
Oh, 8.
Right. The furious kitten lunges at you again, but you try to jump over. Unfortunately, its horned head catches you right in the knee and sends you sprawling over it. You manage to land, but you got a bruise. You lose 1 endurance point.
And now this picture is lying on the back of the kitten with its head in between our legs. It's just...
Nonetheless, you manage to spring up on your legs and slash out against the tiger, taking off its tail.
Oh, okay, that's sort of mean.
Oh, now it can start in a children's book.
A tiger without a tail.
Well, a cat without a tail.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
tell me you never read that one.
Nah, I do not think I have, but never mind. We can discuss that later on.
Roll the die.
5.
Right. The tiger is very pissed and lunges at you with a ferocious roar, swiping up with its claws. You try to dodge as best as you can, but it's not the best place to do so. Fortunately for you, now there's the best place for it to dodge, and you manage to score several blows against each other. You lose 3 endurance points.
I have just named the tiger. Its name is Pelle.
Okay.
Pelle Tailless.
Ah, yes, I think I remember that now vaguely. In any case, roll the die again.
2.
Right. So Pelle launches itself at you and swings with a claw, and you launch itself at Pelle, swinging your blades, and you clash in the air. And though you suffer quite a grievous wound, 5 endurance points worth, you stab Pelle right in the neck and sever Pelle's head from its body. You have defeated
Poor
Pelle.
Well, at least it was a death without too much suffering. I mean, cutting off the tail is pretty much a dick move, but yeah. At least it is
If you
not.
would try to kill us, it doesn't even matter. Anything we do that hurts it can be considered a dick move.
Your killing blow fells this feline horror, bringing it crashing nose first to the floor. The body of the beast almost blocks the passageway, forcing you to clamber over it in order to reach the other side. You're struggling across its still warm carcass when you notice a thick leather collar buckled around its throat. Affixed to the buckle is a curious black clasp. You may keep it as a special item if you wish.
Nah.
Yeah, let's keep it. Black
Yeah,
cat.
let's.
Okay, let me see. Black clasp. From a tiger named Pelle.